Let me tell you something nobody prepares you for. When you turn 75, your body doesn't fall apart loudly. It doesn't scream. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't warn you. It changes quietly, like a light switch flipped in a room you didn't even know existed. And here's the terrifying truth. By the time most people notice something is wrong, these changes have been happening for years. Scientists only uncovered this pattern recently, and once they did, it shocked aging researchers around the world. Because every single human being, every race, every lifestyle, every diet goes through the same 5 biological changes after 75, no exceptions. And number 2, according to neurologists, it starts damaging the brain 3 to 4 years before you feel anything. Stick with me, because number 1 controls how fast your entire body ages. But first, quickly, how old are you and where are you watching from? We read every comment. All right, let's begin. Here's where it starts. At 75, your brain quietly rewrites the rules of sleep. Not lighter sleep, not waking up early. I'm talking about a full system redesign. Deep sleep, the stage where your body repairs itself, drops off a cliff. Studies show it shrinks by more than half. That means less healing, less immune protection, less memory repair. And here's the strange part. Your brain starts releasing less melatonin every year, so you're exhausted, but wide awake at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling. Sound familiar? But wait, this gets weirder. Your internal clock actually moves forward. Dinner at 4 p.m. suddenly feels normal. And you're sleepy while everyone else is watching Netflix. Doctors call this advanced sleep phase shift. And here's the scary detail most people miss. You're waking up 15 to 20 times a night. You just don't remember most of it. Sleep becomes fragmented, broken, unpredictable. And when people fight it, forcing themselves to sleep like they used to, they actually make insomnia worse. But while you're adjusting to sleep changes, something far more dangerous is happening. At 75, temperature regulation doesn't weaken, it breaks. The tiny brain center that controls body heat starts losing its sensors, so your body can't tell when it's too hot or too cold. That's why seniors freeze indoors, or feel dizzy on warm days that used to feel fine. Your sweat response weakens, your blood vessels stop adjusting properly, your insulation under the skin thins out, and here's the terrifying part. Your warning system disappears. You don't feel thirsty even when dehydrated. You don't shiver even when cold. That's why heat-related hospitalizations skyrocket after 75. Your margin for error shrinks. Small temperature changes suddenly carry big consequences. And while your body struggles to regulate heat, another system quietly slows to a crawl. After 75, digestion becomes work. Swallowing stops being automatic. Food feels stuck. Meals suddenly feel heavy. That's not getting older. That's muscle coordination loss in your esophagus. Saliva production drops sharply. Stomach acid declines. Nutrient absorption weakens. And here's the part nobody talks about. Your intestines absorb less protein, less iron, less B12, even if you eat well. Food moves slower, sometimes 3 times slower. That's why constipation becomes common. That's why bloating shows up out of nowhere. And medications, your liver processes them differently now. Same pill, stronger effect, which is why doctors suddenly start adjusting doses. But digestion problems are only uncomfortable. The next change, it's dangerous. This one scares neurologists because it starts years before the first fall. 3 balance systems begin failing at the same time. Your inner ear loses motion sensors. Your muscles stop sending clear position signals. Your vision loses depth and contrast. And worst of all, your brain processes balance information much slower. So even when your body detects danger, your response comes too late. That's why falls feel sudden, unexpected, out of nowhere. And here's something most people don't realize. Fear of falling actually increases fall risk because tension kills natural movement. That's why balance training, not just walking, becomes critical. But balance loss isn't the root problem. It's a symptom because the final change controls everything. This is the big one. After 75, muscle loss accelerates dramatically. Not slowly, not gradually. Your body starts breaking down muscle faster than it can rebuild it, even if you eat enough, even if you stay active. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Your muscles stop responding to protein the way they used to. Repair signals weaken, growth shuts down, power muscles disappear first, the ones that help you stand up, catch yourself, climb stairs. And here's the brutal truth. Just 10 days of inactivity after 75 can erase years of muscle. And rebuilding it? Much harder than before. Hormones drop, inflammation rises, energy production inside muscle cells collapses. That's why fatigue hits fast. That's why simple tasks feel heavy. But here's the hopeful part. Muscle loss is slower when you understand the rules. Protein timing matters more than quantity. Strength training matters more than walking. Recovery takes longer, but it still works. This isn't about weakness, it's biology, and biology can be worked with. Here's the truth most people never hear. These 5 changes aren't random, they aren't personal failures, and they aren't avoidable. They're built into the human body. But knowledge changes everything, because once you see what's happening, you stop blaming yourself, you adapt smarter, you protect earlier, you age with strategy, not fear. If this video opened your eyes even a little, subscribe right now. Our next video breaks down the exact daily habits that slow these changes dramatically and give you back control. Aging is inevitable, suffering is not. Thanks for watching.